It is time for SBR Madness, March 26th, Tuesday. He's Maxwell Smart. I am Drew Martin. We're going to be breaking down today's CBB card. We got the NIT, the CIT, the CBI, some small tournaments, which Maxwell knows a lot about. Also, touch on Thursday and Friday's Sweet 16 matchups. But without further ado, Maxwell Smart 420 on Twitter. Max, welcome in. How you doing today, man?
Drew, I am actually excited and happy to be here with you today because I sort of been having a little bit of withdrawal from our shows. We didn't have a show together yesterday until we had the poker thing, but I don't count that as the SBR Madness show. And we didn't have a morning show today, so it's nice to be here in the afternoon. We got a very nice, manageable slate of games today. I can already tell you one thing. I'm roofing with these dogs today. I don't know if that was a good bark. I was thinking about going bark, but then I thought about going roof. So I'm available for chirping on that, but definitely a nice card. I like a lot of the teams that are playing, which is pretty much every card with mid-majors, but I think that we're going to get some good games tonight.
Yeah, man, there's Georgia fans out there that are not very happy with your bark, man. If you're a Bulldog fan, really from any college, that wasn't very impressive bark, man. You got to get a little deeper, a little more girl in it, like, oh, like a big dog. But
Okay,
we'll see
right,
if these dogs are barking, man. We got Wichita State, Indiana up first. We're going to hit all the games today. We got 5 of them. 2 NIT, the rest CBI and CIT. Also 3 games on tomorrow's slate. I guess we can touch, but we will be here 4 o'clock Eastern time the rest of the week through Friday. Max and myself breaking down the games. And guys, welcome in on the chat box. Please feel free to just say whatever's on your mind. It's cool, mainly sports betting, but whatever games you want to talk about. And any bets that you have out there, feel free to market them any way you'd like. The taint play of the day, sausage selection play of the day, the barbecue scandal play of the day, referring to Bruce Pearl, who, Max, did you see? He recommended betting the over in the UNC Auburn game. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. That is pretty good. I like that. I hope it comes true, but I can't really trust coaches, when they say something in regards to betting. So I may have to go under on it just because Bruce said to go over.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really break it down from a betting perspective, but he was on with Scott Van Pelt, and he was like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "The over." He just kind of said it. It was pretty funny. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat box saw it, but yeah, man, let's break down some of these games. We can just go right at it off of the top of the card. 7 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN. We got the NIT matchup. Wichita State versus Indiana. 138 the total. Indiana -4 here. How you looking to bet the Shockers and the Hoosiers?
Yeah, last night, obviously, I was pretty big on the Shockers. I already have a bet on the Shockers, so I'm pretty much sticking with the Shockers. I think that this team has obviously a standout game-changing scorer, Marcus McDuffie, who is not afraid to get hot from 3. And, of course, they're going to be going up against a very defense-oriented team in Indiana. I watched that Arkansas-Indiana game. I watched it over again, and what I saw was, wow, Devontae Green, if he gets hot from 3, I think that there's got to be someone that can get out on him. So I'm looking at Wichita State as a dog here. I'm just thinking that Wichita State, the way that they shoot free throws, the way that they play three-point defense, and the way that they win on the glass, this is a team that I can back. They do well ATS on the road. And, yeah, I'm impressed with the way that Greg Marshall has this team desperate to play and desperate to win. I don't think Indiana has that same kind of juice. I am worried about Indiana playing suffocating defense at home, but I just think that in the end, Wichita State will be able to either win the game outright or keep it close.
Yeah, and Max, this is a game I have an opinion on as well, but I do want to ask you a handicapping question. Is the NIT here, the winners of this get to go to Madison Square Garden. So as far as motivation, do you think any teams at this point aren't motivated to win in this tournament?
Yeah, I think that Indiana is definitely motivated because that's who we're really thinking about, who has motivation here. Indiana, first off, always wants to win at home. With their rich history, I won't ever put that by them. I just think that if Romeo Langford isn't going to play tonight, then that's just a no-no for me. I look at Wichita State as being a better, more complete team than Arkansas without Daniel Gafford, and the way that this Wichita State has some experience already this season, getting some good wins. I just think that they're due for a surprise, and I think that we saw a really good performance defensively out of Indiana, but Wichita State can play that kind of defense also, and if not better.
Max, I'm looking at this kind of from a totals perspective. And Indiana side, they're only 65% from the free throw, for shooting their free throws, 31% from the three-point line. So not very offensively efficient in terms of shooting. Wichita State, sidewise, very hot. Won 13 of 16, 8 of their last 9. The Shockers are on a roll. We've seen in the past, they don't give extra possessions to their opponents. Their offensive turnover rate 16.3. Also, their opponent's offensive rebound percentage is 26.8. So if you're not putting the ball in the basket, you're likely not getting an extra possession out of it. I think that is going to condense the number of possessions. Neither team really looking to push the ball. They both can't shoot from beyond the arc. Slow paced in the 240s. So I know the NIT, especially early on, was bet towards the over. The over, I believe, in the first round went 6-4 towards the over. I'd actually look to bet this game under. I've done it personally. I like it under. We can now grab 138s now. It was 137.5. So the high water mark at 138. I like the under in this Wichita State Indiana game. Any closing thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, I had this game capped at 135.5. So at 138, I'd be looking towards the under also. I think that this is going to be a feel me out first half kind of performance, and I think that they'll pick it up in the second. I just don't think that we'll get a lot of possessions. I don't think that we're going to get a lot of efficiency from three-point shooting like you alluded to. And I think that it's just a matter of how much fouling do we get, because we do have the 5 fouls, and then you're in the bonus shooting 2 automatically until the 10-minute period, the 10-minute mark of the first and second half. So far from what I've seen, that really hasn't impacted free throws too much. I think that you've seen with the widened lane defenses spaced out more. So there is more areas to drive, and guys are just picking and choosing when they're making their fouls. So I look at the under also.
Okay. Dom the Don in the house bet. Let's get it, Drew. Yeah, I mean, just small bet for me. I didn't go crazy on any of tonight's cards. I mean, these are teams that Max knows better than me. But, in the research, I did see a trend there. So I'm going to bet the under for a small play. Antoine, welcome in, man. We got Bit TXN CVB sucked yesterday for him. What's that?
BitXN.
BitXN.
Who you're talking about?
Okay.
Yeah,
that works. CVB sucked yesterday for him. Norfolk State and Utah Valley cost me. Utah Valley cost me as well, man. That one sucked. Did you see any part of that game, Max?
Yeah, I was on it 2 ways. I was on it on the money line and on the spread, but I did win a in-game total on the under, so that recouped a little. But my day was pretty bad also. I was about 5-9, down about 3.85 units. I had a couple bigger bets that I cashed. So what can you do? Some you lose, some you win.
It is what happens in this business. You got to get used to losing in some form or fashion. Hopefully not as much as you win, but it does happen for sure, Max. Send a tweet out here, get some more people in the show. Sorry about the hiatus. Monday's not going to have the show, but Tuesdays through Fridays, 4 o'clock Eastern time, and then 10 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays going forward. We got PK. He's like an FIU in the points versus Wisconsin, Green Bay. So am I, PK. Jared in the house. He's got Wichita State +5 early this morning. Dom, West Virginia wet the bed bad yesterday. Yes, they did, man. I did not see the Chanticleers doing that, Max. Did you see that game?
Yeah, I was on it West Virginia first half as my play of the day, which lost, and I was on I was on Coastal a full game, but I wasn't on them on the money line, so I did feel freaking like I cheated myself. I was like, I don't think they could actually win the game, but I think that eventually they can adjust at halftime, be able to hit some threes. But wow, they were quite impressive. They were very impressive. So my hat goes out to them, and hopefully they can keep it going.
We got Stevie Steves in the chat as well. Anyone Wisconsin Green Bay -4. Probably looking the other way. Maybe other people are liking it though. Cobra Sports 609. Any thoughts on the total? FIU Green Bay. I'm leaning FIU for the side. We'll get to that game in just a second. UGA fan, he said both teams will push the ball. If I said that, I meant push the pace. Shaquille Bell in the house. Presbyterian money line +210 is his play. PK like in FIU. He did it on ESPN. There you go, Drew. You got it. LOL. I think he's talking about me barking for the bulldog bark, because I don't think people were impressed with your bark, Max. Do you want to try to make up for it?
Okay, let me try here. Let me try and inspire the dog in me. The dog that you see at the local strip club. Roof, 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 roof. Okay, there we go.
That's better, man. That's better for sure.
I can improve a little.
Red Girl in the house. What is up, Red Girl? Welcome in. Good day to all. Let's go from TM. Finn 201. What is up to you? I added Charleston Southern +3 to my card from Joe Rich Ramirez. Good luck with that from Charleston Southern. Guys, welcome into the chat box. Let us know what you're betting. Let us know why. Love to hear what everybody's on. Bob Taylor, both Indiana and Wichita State hit under more often than not. Fernando, Mexico says hello, guys. Great job. That's from Fernando. Fernando, bienvenidos. SBR Madness. I believe Madness, it could be local, SBR local show. I'm not really sure. My Spanish is improving every day, yet not there fully. West Virginia killed me last night from Jay. I like the under as well, Drew, in that game. Absolutely, guys. Let's find some more winners here. We got a second game on the card, Max. Presbyterian versus Marshall, talked about in the chat box. 7 o'clock Eastern tip here. Looks like 169 is the total. Interesting total there. Good number. 169, 169.5. -6. Marshall, the Thundering Herd, laying in this one. It is a home game for Marshall, I believe. How'd you look to bet Presbyterian versus Marshall?
Yeah, I made the mistake of getting off the boat of my Presbyterian Blue Hose, and I'm going to be getting back on them tonight. I think that they have the offensive firepower to go up against this Marshall team. Let's not throw any shade on Marshall, because we are Marshall. Are quite talented. They do have a triple head of offense. I did speak on it a couple times already. Tavion Kinsey is the future of this Marshall Thundering Herd. He will lead the herd. He is just watching the old dogs do it right now in CJ Burks and John Elmore. The fact is, you're going to need all three of these guys offensively charged and ready to go if you're going up against Presbyterian, because what Presbyterian has is depth. Francois Lewis, he's a big man. He gets on the glass. He can take it outside. He can take it inside. He can hit free throws. Corey Hightower, if you give him space to get his three-point shot off, he will hit it with consistency, and I've seen him hit 7 or 8 in the game multiple times this season. So, and then you got a solid point guard, Davon Bell. You know that he's not going to be focused on his offense. He's going to be focused on distributing and getting the ball into guys' places. And then, of course, they're led by the future Adam Flagler. This kid has no freaking fear, drives to the bucket with fury, has cold blood in his freaking veins. He's definitely freaking someone that that the army of the dead will be trying to recruit, because when he gets hot from three, he is just so cold-blooded and insane. It's quite nice to watch. I think Presbyterian can run up and down with Marshall if they choose. I think that if they try and turn it in defensively, I think they can do that also. I'm already on them. I'm joining them on the money line, and I'm jumping on them again at this elevated number at +6.5.
All right, liking the dog here. with the barking dog +6, +6.5 even. There is a 5.5 at bookmakers. So some opinion from each sportsbook on SBR odds right now, guys. Make sure to check out SBR odds for live, up-to-date, free odds, sides, totals, full game, first half, second half, futures, money lines, point spreads. It's all there. It's easy to navigate. Check it out at SBR odds. Also, we got the poker tournament tonight. Check that out, 9 o'clock Eastern time. We gave it a go last night, but technical difficulties on Bovada's end. They seem to have it figured out for tonight. So Max, myself, will be there. You'll be there, right, Max? Tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern?
Unfortunately, I will not be. I will be at the Raptors 9:05 game versus Grand Rapids. I'm traveling by transit, so it's going to be quite the mission, but I plan on sneaking some bourbon in, and I plan on getting drunk.
Okay. So did you say Raptors 9:05? Toronto Raptors?
Yeah, that's our G League team.
Okay, cool, man. Nice. So that's fun to go. The G League, can you bet on that?
I think that there's a couple books that you can bet on. I probably won't be betting on it. I love watching these young and up and coming Raptors that could be Raptors if they play well enough. We've already seen a couple graduations from this 905 team to the big roster, and I plan on having a good eye on these guys on the next one who makes it up.
All right. Well, we got hitting the chat box a little more. Melvin Betances in the house. Just put on DMX and he will bark for you where my dog's at. He can bark. DMX can do some barking back in the day. Vegas Stacker in the house. He's looking at the NBA. Hawks money line -130. Just some numbers I run. Pelicans sitting guys. So looking towards the Atlanta Hawks money line -130 from Vegas Stacker. For life saying let's go Hound Dogs. Joe Rich Ramirez looking under the total in that game. And stretch line for the Hawks still. Jay rules out and doubtful. That's from PK. So yeah, so they're gonna have some guys out. Guys looking towards the Atlanta Hawks -130. Allison in here. Marshall 0-5 ATS first half as home favorite. Took Presbyterian with the points. That's an interesting trend there. 0-5 ATS first half as a home favorite. So they're not showing up for whatever reason there. Do you think there's something there that can carry forward tonight, Max?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that as someone who likes to have multiple bets on a game, on pretty much every game, you're going to find me getting on Presbyterian first half. You're always getting a little bit more value when you're taking the dog first half. And I think that unless Marshall comes out blazing fire, I think that Presbyterian's going to be able to hang around, if not get out to a lead. This is a team that seems to be very motivated to win this game, and Marshall really just doesn't know what they're getting involved with tonight. This is a team that plays very good against ATS teams that are below 500 on the road. This is a team that's good on the road. This is a team that's good at night. And this is a team that was even better ATS at a conference. And this is a non-conference game in my eyes. So I have no problem laying this number. I like that I'm getting a better number than I already bet. And I'll be looking to get on this total also. But I'm just not sure as to yet. So you'll have to tune into the Low Bag Show to find out that.
Low Bag Show later today. We got a couple guys in here with a guys, I don't mean to be rude. This is from For Life, but I'm currently taking a huge dumper. Oh man, listening to the show. I hope you have earphones on at least, especially if you're at work. But Max, I don't know. Should we just move on, or anything to say with that one?
I would just be laughing because it's always funny, like when people are taking the dumps and doing things. It's like you got some good freaking diverse attention freaking splitting going on here. Because when I'm on the can, I'm just like, yo, I gotta get it done, get the hell out of there. I'm not trying to hang around, you know. Like I want to be on a couch. I want to be in a chair. I don't want to be on a can, you know. So just. Things that go in there are never good. You don't want to eat them. You don't want to drink them. You definitely want to splash them at your bookies if you get an opportunity. But that's about it on that front. I do my business. I get the hell out of there.
All right, man. Well, we got Bovada doesn't allow New Jersey residents to make an account, so I cannot join. That's from Joe. Joe, you could always use a VPN. Actually, I don't believe they let Nevada residents either, but Kelly was able to do it last night, so I'm pretty sure you can VPN if you want to get in. It's a free roll, man, to get to the Final Four. Also, cash prizes tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, the Bovada Poker Tournament. We got Jordan in here. Hampton, first half over 73.5. Totaled 88 in first half in their one meeting this year. Charleston Southern averaging first half total of 78 in conference on the road, compared to only 68 at home. Hampton scores plenty at home. Should be an easy hit. So they're looking towards the first half over of 73.5 in the Hampton game. That is from Jordan. Also, Hampton 7-1-1 straight up at home in the first half in the conference this year. One loss to Charleston. Hampton won't lose first half again to Charleston tonight, in Jordan's opinion. So, Max, what game you want to talk about next? Charleston Southern, Hampton?
Yeah, let's do it. We're already on the subject. Like, this Hampton team is stout because they got a dynamite backcourt of Caitlin Fisher and Jermaine Moreau. And we've seen what Moreau already did to this Charleston Southern team already. He put up 35 points, hit 7 3-point shots. So this is a guy who's not afraid to shoot the ball, but he's not too selfish to pass the ball and get his teammates going. I think that's going to be key, but Charleston Southern has Christian Keeling and Philanders Fleming, but I was interested to see why Christian Keeling only played 18 minutes in the last game. It wasn't because he was in foul trouble like most games, but I think that him staying on the floor is always a question mark. It's just about, can you contain him for the minutes he's on? I think Hampton's already shown that they can do that. I think Hampton's already shown that they can do it at home. And I think that even though this game that they played was on January 10th, I still think Hampton's the spot. I'm on Hampton. I bet them at -1.5 and 2. I'm looking to get on the over. I'm looking to get on the team total over for Hampton. I think Hampton's going to score points and be quite entertaining tonight.
All right. Good breakdown, Max. Good breakdown to Jordan in the chat box as well. And guys, if you're liking the content, please give us the thumbs up sign. It helps us out. Smash that like button. And if you could retweet on Twitter, that would be appreciated as well. 8 o'clock Eastern tip here, Max. This is FIU versus Wisconsin Green Bay. We got -4. That's Green Bay laying at home. High total here, man. One of the highest totals I've ever seen in college basketball. 179, 178.5, wherever you're looking. 179 as a total here, man. FIU, Green Bay, how are you looking to bet it?
I'm looking at Green Bay. I'm just not a believer in this FIU team versus a team with as much diverse scoring ability as Green Bay. First off, I applaud Devin Andrews' 29 points in the game versus Texas State, but he's not doing that against Green Bay. Brian Beard obviously had a really efficient game. I don't see a lot of games where he's able to repeat performance right away in back-to-backs. So I'm looking at the team that I think is deeper, that has more weapons, that's more consistent. That's Green Bay. Obviously, you're led by Sandy Cohen, who can be a little bit erratic, but at least you know that he has the size, versatility, and athleticism to drive to the bucket, get to the free throw line, and get you guaranteed points. I like Cody Schwartz. I think Cody Schwartz, if he fucking gets his 3-point shots, this is a guy that with limited minutes makes a good job of his efficiency. Josh McNair's really shown up on the glass and been able to just get those garbage buckets and really do some back to the bucket scoring. And then, of course, my main man, Cam Hankerson. Like, if you got Cam Hankerson coming off the bench, and you got all these other guys that I haven't even mentioned, this is a team that I trust. This is a team that I can rely on to hit free throws. This is a team that I know is definitely not going to shut anybody down from the 3-point line, but they can play harassing enough defense that it will make you take less attempts. At home, this is where they're more comfortable ATS. That's where I feel more comfortable betting on them. And the fact that FIU's coming off this game against basically a very stout, solid defensive Texas State team, I just think that they had a very upper echelon performance. I don't think they're going to be able to repeat it tonight. I'm on Green Bay, and I don't know what to do with the total. 178 is just a lot of goddamn points.
Man, Max, you bring up some good points there on the Green Bay side. It's a Green Bay team I don't know a lot about. I like FIU tonight, and you're making me really pump the brakes, maybe looking to bet against it with that analysis. But I'll just throw out some points that made me look towards the Golden Panthers. Two of the top 10 teams in terms of pace. They're both going to go up and down. So as far as the total goes, like you just talked about, as high as this is, it's hard to go over just because of even a 5-minute lull in scoring, 2-minute lull in scoring for that matter. It's going to get tough to get there. However, betting it under with both of these two teams, that's going to be a tough one to watch the score as they pour in the points. But sidewise, Hampton, they had some issues holding on to the ball. Their turnover rate is not very good. Their opponent's offensive rebound percentage is not very good. And going up against FIU under Jeremy Ballard, he's a disciple of Shaka Smart, that trap, that press type of defense, always in your face. They do have a top 5 steal percentage in the country, so they're able to turn their opponents over, get those transition points, those transition opportunities, so it helps their 2-point field goal percentage. I do like FIU in that aspect, and add on to that, Green Bay in the Horizon League, there wasn't a whole lot of teams in the Horizon League that pressed, that trapped a lot, that played that aggressive defensive style. So it makes me really pump the brakes on going towards Green Bay. I'll let you have the last word on this game, though, man.
Yeah, no, definitely defensive pressure is always going to be a big deal, but you have multiple ball handlers on this team, and you have a lot of guys that are junkyard dogs that will dive for loose balls and put that extra effort in. I just think that when you can roll out a bunch of different guys on their home court, knowing this tournament, playing in it last year already, and knowing how teams can go on runs, being a team that's done that in the past also, I think that coaching comes into consideration here. And I just think that in the end, Green Bay is going to be able to limit the turnovers. They're going to be able to not allow FIU to steal the ball 10 times from them, because this is a team that, although they have been susceptible to getting their own steals and creating their own turnovers, this is a team that doesn't give up a lot of them. You're not going to take the ball off them unless they are making dumbass plays on their own. Don't get me wrong. Green Bay is very capable of being really dumb and looking like they belong in the Horizon League. I just think in this matchup, with this pace, with the size of Brian Beard at the point guard spot and who you're putting up against him, I just think that you can put some size on him as long as they're quick and athletic, and you can really contain him. And I think that's where the offense starts and ends. If he's not attracting double teams and attracting collapsing defenses in the paint when he drives, a lot of guys don't get good shots for them.
Max, good breakdown. I mean, I just thought that, arguments for both sides of it. So I'm going to probably tread lightly in that one. We got Hampton -1.5 tonight. You got the cock soup going to be served icy and cold tonight. Why is that, Max?
Well, it's always served icy and cold. We don't want it hot and drinkable. We want it to be as hard to get down as possible. So with the ingredients that go into it, that we've gone into on one of our first or second shows together, that needs to be iced, cold, as bitterly tasting as possible. So that's what we do. We don't make it hot for them. Do we want someone to have a cold meal or a hot meal? I'd rather them have a cold meal if I don't like them.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for explaining that. Sasha in the house, have you guys gone over Presbyterian? Yeah, we did. It was the second game. We're just going straight down the line. So we got one game left. Then we can open it up and go wherever. So I'd guess like 10 minutes in on the replay, we did go over Presbyterian versus Marshall. Guys, a reminder, poker tournament tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern time. I will be there. It will be a lot of fun. We tried to do it last night. We're redoing it tonight due to the issues on Bovada's site. Tonight, it seems to be fixed, so we will be there. Poker tournament, 2 free tickets to the Final Four. Hotel, airlines paid for by Bovada, by SBR Sportspicks. Check out SBR Sportspicks for more information. It is 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. Make sure to check it out. The winner will be going to the Final Four. I believe there's also cash prizes as well. So check it out. It's a free roll for you. It's not going to really cost you anything. We got Drew Daddy Virginia, play of the Sweet 16. He's liking Virginia. So am I. I think that they're a team that can cut it all down. They are my pick out of the tournament. PK, is poker only for new accounts? I don't believe so. I'm not sure. That's a great question for the SBR Sports Picks handle there. Max, do you know that off the top of your head? Does it have to be a new account, or you just have to have a Bovada account?
No, you could have you could sign up for a new account, or you could have an existing account.
Okay, so yeah, you're good to go if you already have a Bovada account. And if you need a new account, just click on the link on the Twitter handle for SBR Sports Picks, and you will get it. Tomar in the house. I think there's good value with Florida State. Florida State was disappointing most of the time against ACC teams, and FSU's fast tempo should be what Gonzaga wants. So you're saying, okay, there's good value fading Florida State. That makes sense with your analysis there, Tomar. He's liking Gonzaga. When is the poker tournament from AN? It is tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time. I believe the stream starts at 8:30. They're shortly after. So before 9 o'clock, the stream will start and the poker tournament will start at 9 o'clock. All right, let's go one more game for tonight, Max, then open it up. We got Kraton versus TCU, 9 o'clock Eastern tip on ESPN, 151 the total, -3.5. That's TCU laying in this one. Couple things here, and then you can take over. The Big 12 got 6 tournament teams into the tournament. Only one remaining now in the Sweet 16. Not a great showing so far postseason-wise from the Big 12. We talked about it last night. Is the Big 12 down this year? Differing opinions. I think so. Texas Tech's the only tournament team left. Also, Mitch Ballack for Kraton. He had 11 threes versus DePaul not too long ago. So this is a team that can drain it from behind the arc. TCU's playing their best basketball to date right now. Good coach team, Jamie Dixon. So -3.5. I would actually look towards TCU, given Big 12's downfall makes me pump the brakes a little bit. But how do you see it, man? I might jump on TCU if you really like it.
No, I'm actually going the other way. I'm going with Kraton tonight. I think that Kraton can outright win this game. Listen, when you just brought up my guy, Mitch Ballack, listen, I don't like Kraton that much. I do side with a fellow sports kegger, Ant Larson. He doesn't like Kraton that much. I don't like Kraton that much. Fact is, Mitch Ballack is obviously coming off a great game, but when Mitch Ballack's at his best is when he is freaking when he is putting up a pump fake and then he's taking it to the bucket, because a lot of people are closing out quite strong and with intensity when they're closing out on him. This is a guy that needs to be able to utilize both options. He needs to be able to get on the glass. He needs to be able to stay out of foul trouble. I think that he's a very important player. Obviously, Tyshawn Alexander and Crampchi are also very good pieces, but I just think that Mitch Ballack, he's the difference maker if they can go into TCU and beat them tonight. TCU, yeah, they're playing great, but I don't think Desmond Bane's going 10 for 15 from the field again. I don't think he's putting up 30 points in this game versus Kraton. I think they may be playing the best basketball of the season, but that shouldn't surprise anybody. This is a solid team with a solid coach. Let's not talk about his hair, because I can literally talk about that for 23 minutes, because there's a lot of comedic elements when it comes to Mr. Jamie Fisher's hair. But I just don't see the consistent scoring that you need to beat a team like Kraton, who is going to have room to shoot the three, and if they do, they're going to hit them. That's just the bottom line. Even on the road, they have had a little bit of struggle, but I'm not thinking about on the road. I'm thinking about what they can do in this matchup. The one area that concerns me is free throws, and that concerns me for both teams. I think that benefits me if the team that's favored and at home can't make their free throws consistently. And in the end, I think that just Kraton is able to hang around and if not win this game. I think that TCU with Jalen Fisher, okay, then yeah, I'm liking TCU a lot more. But without it, no, I'm going with Kraton. I'm going with the dog.
All right, liking the Kraton side on this one. So definitely pump the brakes on the TCU side. Thank you for that analysis, Max. Gabriel Hernandez, welcome in. What's up, man? Failed at life saying, yeah, poker is for all. You just need to know the password, which is SBR 2019 tonight for the SBR Poker Tournament. Maine, welcome in. Gabriel Hernandez. I was wondering where the show was after I didn't see it this morning. Yeah, the morning shows are only on the weekends now. We're here 4 o'clock Eastern time. Tuesday through Friday. Max and I will be breaking it down. That poker tournament right there, you see the graphics, 9 o'clock tonight. The stream will start at 8:30. 2 tickets to go to Minneapolis for the Final Four. Hotel, airfare paid for. You can bring your friend, you can bring your girlfriend, you can bring your wife, you can bring whoever you really want, man. Just sign up for the poker tournament, and if you win, you get it. Also, cash prizes available. PK, Gabriel Drew was on Jimmy's show in the morning. I agree, but shooting will be prominent, in my opinion, from Maxwell Smart. Max, what games you want to talk about? Guys, let us know what you want us to talk about on the show right now. We could talk about college basketball betting, primarily. Anything else, life advice, we're open to it as well. But Max, what do you want to talk about, man?
I'm down to talk about college basketball games. Everyone wants to talk about the Sweet 16. That is the main attraction. That's what we should talk about if they want to talk about it. I say someone in the chat throw a game out that they want. Otherwise, I'm going to go to the games that I've already bet because as watching Kelly in Vegas for the first time and just hearing her knowledge and her bravado and her just confidence that oozes from her, it was very hard not to rewatch the show and take some notes on her, Kappa Capper. And I had to definitely jump on that Virginia Tech game. So she convinced me cold-heartedly, is like, jump on it now, and look where the number is now. So,
all right, moving the market, yeah. Max, huh?
Yeah, she definitely is moving the market. If I could have a podcast of her telling us stories of how she demasculates men, I would literally sleep like a baby all night. I'd be laughing, but I'd probably laugh myself to sleep. So yeah, she is very yeah, she's very interesting to me. So want to be able to see more of her content and hear more of her stories.
Yeah, I'll tell you, being on there, it was me, you, Kelly, and Jimmy. I was thinking of another name for Jimmy, but Jimmy the Bag. And I thought it was interesting. She held her own, man. She knew more than me. I'm not going to say knew more than you, but she knew her Big 12 basketball very well. She hung tough in there, had strong opinion on Texas Tech, Virginia as well, Tennessee, Purdue, which people are talking about in the chat box. I forget what her side was on Tennessee versus Purdue, 1.5 here, Tennessee. Yeah, anything else on Kelly in Vegas, and also your opinion on Purdue, Tennessee, Max?
Yeah, no, she really understands the line movement and the money coming in and out way better than I do. So I'll definitely be looking to her as a resource in my own capping in the future, because how can you not? And it's always impressive where you see people that are like literally make you like drop your jaw, because it's like, wow, now I'm going to think about this, and this, all because of how you freaking presented it. So I was enamored last night. But as far as this Purdue-Tennessee game, I'm looking at Purdue. I don't know. If Carson Edwards gets hot in this game, this is the type of tournament game where motivation goes out the window. Both teams are motivated. We've seen Tennessee struggle to stop people from scoring, even though Jordan Bone is definitely going to have a size advantage and be able to match quickness and athleticism with Carson Edwards. The thing is, what is Tennessee going to do differently that Villanova couldn't do? Well, first off, Tennessee doesn't rely on the three-point shot as much, so we're going to really see Matt Arms be tested. But Matt Arms is a different player the last 10 games, and I'd be afraid to freaking be walking into his skinny kitchen. And he is a skinny chicken, but that skinny chicken is really tall. He has good hops, and I think that he's going to be the difference maker at the rim that stops guys like Schofield and Grant Williams from freaking having a field day. I'm looking at Purdue here. I think that the Big Ten is tried and tested. I keep on thinking that this Purdue team just doesn't deserve my respect, but their 3 seeds looking more and more accurate day by day, and I'll be looking at Purdue. I'm going against those Volunteers because they drink that garbage Jack Daniels.
Ah, man, I'm a Jack Daniels fan, but no, I get your side, your reasoning on going on Purdue. Paco saying just watch the Showtime documentary series, pretty cool. That's what the show that Kelly was on. Jake asking what show was this that we were just talking about. This was the poker tournament live stream last night. We were doing the poker tournament. She was going to be a part of it, but the Bovada site did not allow for it. But we still talk college hoops, a couple other things for about an hour. So it was a fun time. And Max, Jimmy, I, and Kelly were up there. It was kind of more of like a VIP setting. It was fun just to kind of shoot the shit with everybody. She likes Tennessee in this matchup. Okay, I could see that happening. Drew Daddy asking, how can I wife her up? That is his question. Max, do you have any advice for Drew Daddy asking how he can wife Kelly up?
I thought that she's married, so I think that the only way to do that would be to wait till that she's divorced or try to initiate some sort of extramarital affair. But I'm more interested in the capping and the money that she can put in my pocket more than going down to a more primal attraction level.
Okay. I don't think she's married. She does have a long-term boyfriend, though. Pretty cool dude. I've met him a couple times in Vegas. So, yeah, I think that would be a tough one. She knows her stuff, though. And, yeah, she does work hard. A lot of guys saying here she's a hustler. Paco saying that. I will say this. She does work hard, man. She's on a lot of different platforms, and I'm sure she's doing very well for herself. Sorry for interrupting you, Max. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just think that, especially with women that have long-term boyfriends, it's best not to tip that because, I don't know, if you're with a woman for a long time and you haven't put a ring on it, that means that you're either waiting for that right time, and if someone else tries to cut your grass, you're going to have to frickin' set them straight. I'm not looking to fight a person over a woman. I'll fight someone over someone paying me a bet. I'll fight my bookie if he doesn't try and pay me, even though that would not go well for me. But yeah, I'm not about fighting for women. That's something that you do when you're a teenager.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Tomar saying Villanova had no legs against Purdue. I can't see a balanced team like Tennessee losing to Purdue. So he's agreeing with Kelly in Vegas as the Vols being the side. Benjamin in the house, you think Purdue takes too many wild shots? Think Klein, who shoots those Kyle guys like threes, starting to shoot. Okay, I'm just going to leave that where it is. What was her take on the Duke game? You know what? I kind of forget. Do you remember what her take on the Duke game was?
Yeah, she was liking Virginia Tech, and she was suggesting to take Virginia Tech before the line moved, and I took that advice. And
you got ahead of the line move. Nice, man. Well, what other games you want to talk before we have to shut this down? We got a couple minutes left, Max.
Yeah, I'm down to talk about well, there's one spot that I want to talk about for tomorrow, and that's the Lipscomb North Carolina State game. So we're seeing North Carolina State, obviously the line opened at 3.5, and we're seeing money come in on Lipscomb. I personally think Lipscomb could freaking win this game, but I'd be more looking towards the over at 163. Seeing that, well, SBR is showing me a 162.5 on the opener, and if I can get 163, I think that I'd be jumping on that right now because I think that there's going to be points and 3-point shots that get scored. Let's be real with ourselves. Garrison Matthews could be his last game. Garrison Matthews is going to be at an elevated at an elevated level when it comes to his skill. And I think that Rob Marbury, the way that he's able to turn around and toss the ball over his shoulder and no defender one-on-one can defend it, and even if you're coming from the side, you're going to just end up fouling him because he's going to have that sense. That's a really good weapon, and you can use that versus North Carolina State. Obviously, three-point defense is going to be critical, but I think that both teams are going to be able to go shot for shot. I think we're going to see those 5-6 point minutes, and I think that this total can get over because, listen, at 163, we need 4 points a minute basically to get it, and just a couple free throws at the end. And with this being such a close spread, they're definitely showing Lipscomb some respect, and they're thinking that North Carolina State is susceptible. I'm going to be going with Lipscomb. I think that the over is a spot that you should jump on now before it goes up anymore.
All right, like the over at Lipscomb. That is on tomorrow's slate, so we'll talk more about that game, plus Coastal Carolina, DePaul, Colorado, Texas as well on tomorrow's show. We got best bets now, guys, but remember the poker tournament tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern time, 2 free tickets to the Final Four, cash prizes as well, airline and hotel paid for by Bovada and SBR Sportsbooks. Check out SBR Sportsbooks on Twitter, on the site, for more information on that. Max, best bets, time for it. We've actually been on a good roll, kind of, the Monday off day. Hopefully it doesn't, break us down, but hopefully we can have a 2-0, at least a 1-1, have a good night. You got anything on the slate for best bets for tonight?
Well, because we are the SBR Madness duo, and this is our one show of the day together, I had to have a best bet. So I'm going to go to Hampton, Charleston Southern. I'm going with the over. I am praying for lots of offense in the first half, so I do not have to sweat this and clench my ass. Because if I'm at the game and I'm having to clench my ass and check my phone and have my Reddit stream on my phone while I'm watching the Raptor 905s, I'm going to be cheesed. And I'm probably going to go on Twitter, and I'm probably going to rant some vulgarity. So be on the lookout for that. Mute me. Don't unfollow me. But, I'm going Charleston Southern Hampton. I think that these guys are going to be able to score points against each other. I think that with familiarity, I think that the way that both these teams' offenses roll, I think that the paces that they play suit it. The number's gone up. I think that 156.5, and I can get it pinnacle, is the number for me. I'm going to take that. If you can only get 157s on the board, I'll take it with the push element.
Okay, so you're liking the over in the Charleston Southern game. The low number on the board is 156.5. Does that all sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, over in the Charleston Southern Hampton game. That's rotation number 631, over 156.5. And we're going to have an all totals best bet here. I'm going Wichita State, Indiana, top of the card, under 138. I know it's the NIT, but I think that it's still included with two teams that aren't going to push the pace. Struggles on free throw line for Indiana, only 30% from 3-point range. Not going to be a whole lot of possessions here. Neither team looks to push the pace, and also the turnover rate isn't very much for either team. So I don't see a lot of transition baskets either. I think this stays under 138 in this NIT game. Wichita State, Indiana, under 138. Max, any closing thoughts before we shut this down?
No, actually, I think that we're going to have a lot of entertaining basketball tonight. It's a smaller slate. I think that if you get your multiple screens going, you're going to be able to watch everything. And just remember that the CIT has a streaming site for all their games. So make sure that if you can't get it on your cable, if you're like me in Canada, make sure that you get on the CIT stream and you're watching those games. You're going to get a very entertaining game in the Hampton game. Marshall's going to be up and down. Green Bay is going to be up and down. So for viewing pleasure, the CIT is going to bring you all the value tonight, in my opinion. So check it out. Enjoy this last couple days of this mid-major basketball because, frankly, once it's done, we have to wait till November 5th or 6th this year to get some more of it.
All right. Thank you for that. Yeah, that CIT, being able to watch every game is definitely a plus, Max. Thanks for putting that out. And guys in the chat box, thanks for chiming in. Dan saying FIU. Actually, Max and I were on opposite sides, so pumping the brakes on betting that one. We got Danny saying Wichita in here. Epic shows from Sasha. Thank you, Sasha. Appreciate all the likes. And if you could please smash the like button on your way out, we'd really appreciate that, guys. Best of luck with your bets tonight, and we will be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern time for SBR Madness. Also, make sure to check out the poker tournament tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. For Max, I'm Drew. Best of luck with your bets. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern time.